Hey guys, and welcome back again to me, Van, playing City Skylines, today in my city of Springvalley. So after my previous episode where I redefined most of my train tracks here, at least in the southern part of my city, I had to do a couple of changes, like numerous changes that all were caused by the fact that I was keeping nodes way too close together so that trains weren't able to switch lanes or merge into the main line, back into the main line, for example, or where turnarounds or whatever was way too close to each other. And I'm always forgetting about how long those trains actually are. So this was a huge improvement for me in the last episode, because obviously, as you can see, I do have a lot of trains on the tracks, but no longer any traffic issues with those. And the other thing I actually did is taking care of my farming industry here. So I added a couple of new cattle fields here, 2 milking parlors, and also I think two, what is it called? Like, let me check. 2 slaughterhouses. But as you can see, like, I do have currently not enough raw materials. I'm just wondering, I just put them in quite late at the end of the episode, I think. And also there, I might even need more animal pastures. I'm not 100% sure about this, but those need raw materials and those also need raw materials. So I'm checking back on those, I think, later in today's episode. But today, I just want to focus again on my cargo airport over there, because as you know, I had some issues here. And I still have issues, as you can see. And thank you, Ray, for pointing it out and giving me a hint. And I think this could actually work as long as I'm getting changed everything. So I'm deleting, I think, most of the airport stands here, the airplane stands here. I'm going to rearrange my, those taxiways, actually, because might want to incorporate a different layout and hope that I can include twice the amount or nearly twice the amount of the current airplane stands. And then I also, and this also falls back to, oh gosh, my water is polluted here. Yeah, that's something I might have to take care of, where it's not kind of unusual because there's a huge oil industry here, so I might have to fix that. And the other thing, and thanks again, Ray, for pointing this out, is that I want to redo this Carroll Bridge, because that looks nice but weird and a very steep slope, and I don't really like it. I never really liked it right from the start. I wasn't a huge fan of this solution, but it was like something more or less suitable that I was able to work with at that point in time, but I definitely want to improve on that. So that's something I want to tackle in this episode as well. And then, we just have to check and see what else we can do from here, because as you see, and I was talking about this briefly in the last episode, I do have a huge plain here where currently nothing really essential sits, so there is no farming available, there is no fertile land here, so I might include another kind of, it shouldn't be downtowny, but maybe a small, like, American town or American-like town, US-like town, next to the highway, so maybe that spreads out until there, or I'll include something completely different here. So I'm not yet sure about the further development in my city, but right now, let's get started with the middle cargo airport and see what we can do with it and get out of it. So I'll be back for you in a few minutes. And yeah, like in case you haven't subscribed to me yet, I would very much appreciate it if you did so. Obviously, I want to grow my channel here over time, and I would like to thank you in advance for following me here. And in case you like this video or any one of my episode here, I would very much appreciate a like and a comment down below. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to answer those. So see you in a minute. So I'm back here with my new rebuild, and before I'm actually starting to decorate everything, I'm just going to give it a try and see whether it works, whether planes are coming in, whether all those stands are being used by airplanes, and whether I still do have or will have that kind of like problematic jam, let's call it a traffic jam, inside my airport. Hopefully I don't. And now I have to reconnect everything back up again. But I think this should work out pretty well. So that's fine. Everything's reconnected, and I think the only... No, it's not even the only thing that's missing. There is nothing missing at the moment because I do already have my water supplies here. So before I'm starting to decorate everything, I want to wait a little. So I'm going to let the game run and see how it behaves and whether it gets what I was building here. Maybe I did some mistakes here with my taxiways. Not yet 100% sure about this. But yeah, let's wait and see for a second what happens to the airport, to the cargo airport. So I'll be back for you in a minute. Okay, that's already good news that one plane shows up there. Honestly, first I was a bit worried about this whole setup because suddenly I realized that a lot of trucks are piling up here between those warehouses and whatnot. But at least the first plane is leaving. Second plane is heading out. So I hope that from now on, 2 more planes. So I think everything might have worked out as I intended it to be. So let's assume that everything's working correctly. I'm just wondering whether there are any planes coming in or whether it's only outgoing planes at the moment, because that's maybe another thing that it's better to export than to import, to be honest. So I'm not that much worried about this right now. Yeah, so let's check and see. So what's happening over here? Like, why are there so many trucks? Is there any problem with my lane setup here? It looks as if they just make a U-turn here. Maybe this is because they don't have an option to switch lanes. Yeah, they would have an option to switch lanes. But maybe, well, I'm checking something. I have to just make sure, because I assume that probably with that crossing there is something off. There is something way off. So I'll let them turn. I'll let them turn if they want to. It might be a bigger mess than it was before. And yeah, I don't want to replace any networks right now. To have, no, nothing like that. To have anything like this here set up, no, nothing at all. Yeah, there is even a node between. There are a couple of nodes actually in between, so the only thing we'll consider, at least for now, is moving that node a bit further out. Are those guys dropping things off and then coming back? What is it? Okay, that's something I have to fix here very, very quickly. Like, it's a one-way road anyway, so please don't mess with me here. And same here. Can't really do that automatically. Trying that. No, that's not really an option here. And maybe I have to make this a 4-lane, but that would be way too big. Well, I'll give it a try. I have to give it a try anyway. So I wanna have some industrial road. Is it industrial? Yeah, it's industrial. So industrial road to 4 lanes. Yeah, I will increase that. Oh no, let me check. That was a bad mistake. Like, no, that's a bad choice. That's a very bad choice here. So I need a 3-lane probably. Yeah, let's give it a try. Put in a 3-lane road here. So that is fine. And there I only want, is this only a 1 lane? Yeah, that's only a 1 lane. So that should do the lane math here properly. So where are we at? Here we are. Choosing this node here. Okay, then I have to make the manual thing here. And this is not needed at all. So I'm just going for one lane with parking, no, without parking for sure. So that should work. That's fine. And now I think the lane math should work properly. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I can move you there and then you should be good, guys. So that's 3 lane here. They can drop off things there. And as you can see, like I still do have a lot of train. I still see a lot of planes waiting here. Maybe I'm just taking that off here. Oh, sorry. There we go. Maybe that's a bit better and solve some of the traffic issues here. The plane traffic. I've never had that. I only had train traffic so far. Well, good for me in that case. So now I'm smoothing things here ever so slightly, just a tiny bit to distinguish here between the on-off ramp and the airport road. That's fine. That's okay. Now I can, I think, quickly decorate my airport. I'm just trying to do it a bit more thorough than the last time because it was just painting. I was previously just painting things over. Yeah, that's maybe one thing I have to take into consideration is, well, let me give that a try here, because I think again it's a node thing. Be right back for you. I'm trying to get this solved here. I'm wondering whether that reduced layout might also work, so I'm giving it a try. Because for some reason there must be one reason why there aren't any like two-way things here. Because I don't expect that this plane, for example, can't leave just because of me. Oh, is there any situation where I actually am like here? Well, I'm curious to watch that. Of course it will be able to leave, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's way better. It's a reduced layout, and I think it's just way better. So I'm continuing with decoration, and I'll be back for you in a sec. That's interesting. So there's like one plane standing here in the complete wrong direction, unfortunately. So this is already strange. I still have planes piling up, which is ridiculous. Am I really importing that many goods? Transporting cargo to Rockwood. So no, these are... Oh no, cargo aircraft. I'm just wondering. Springvalley. So there are many other cities that require raw material from us. That's crazy. I didn't expect that, to be honest. I did honestly not expect that happening. Yeah, but however, well, it is what it is. I just figured that I might have to change one more road here into something slightly bigger, but it's not really bigger what I put in there. So maybe into something like this here, because then like getting on and off this whole thing should be a bit easier. And there's also something I need to take care of, which is the overall crossing situation here. So you can't make any U-turns, you can't switch lanes, at least not on the crossing here. So you either go left or right when you come out of this here. And so who should have priority? You should wait. So I'm wondering for how long that piles up. Okay, there are probably some... Yeah, there were some traffic lights, but they are not in use. So no pedestrians here, please. And again, no pedestrians here. And there's, by the way, one other thing that I'm wondering about. Honestly wondering about, and this is like how much or how important is it for me to have like public transport in industrial city, in industrial towns, like, or parts of my city. I'm really wondering about this because for some reason I believe that there shouldn't be a need of any public transport into those districts here. But on the other hand, this might also be the reason why people are not willing to work here. So, well, that's something I'm trying in a little bit. And yeah, right now the next step is to focus on that slope here, on the whole like on and off ramp construction here. And first I'm deleting this before I'm actually rebuilding that part in a hopefully better way than it currently is. So I'll be back for you in a few minutes. So the next thing I'm trying to do here is like rebuilding this part here of my map. And yeah, first of all I have to delete a couple of sections here and then make sure that I'm creating a nice slope and an underpass here. That's a bit more reasonable than creating that weird slope here. So I'll be back for you in a few. that looks, I think from my beliefs, quite decent right now. Just wondering, maybe I can spare this here and just use a few roads less in my city and move the central hospital here. And I also want to make sure, from a water cleanliness standpoint, I think I might want to make sure. But where is it? I can't find it right now. Is there nothing that allows me to clean things? Or probably in the waste management. Yeah, this here. Lessens water pollution. So I'm gonna place here one thing. Because I don't want to see this downstream thing happening. So let me check. Maybe that helps a little bit with the water pollution of this area. And then I also might want to move this here down there. Or is it just a signal of me getting oil from this area? I think this is pollution, definitely. Moving this here as well to over here. And I'm spreading those a little bit further out. Curious what that changes. So I'm checking my pollution level here. That's the garbage and the pollution. Yeah, it's very, very minimal. And I think it's more ground related than anything else. So this seems to have some traffic lights here, so I'm removing them again here because I obviously don't need them. And those are removed anyway. And could I even save that road? I could potentially get rid of that road over here. Maybe I should just do it. And get rid of another road here. Then I'm creating this here slightly different. And I'm wondering where this is actually coming from. Or maybe that's coming from me adjusting the intersection here. So I want to move that back, just straighten it out first, and then hopefully I can close things a bit better together. Yeah, that should be fine. It looks good, but still not good enough for me. So that should be better. Now I think, yeah, that works way better. This is a bit too much. Yeah, now it should be leveled out pretty nicely here. So, yeah, back to this here. This also seems to work, though. Again, like Ray, I definitely want to thank you for your valuable input here, as always. I think it's very helpful to get that when you have views that really take care and watch each and every episode up to a certain level, and yeah, comment on actually what you're actually doing in your city. So that's absolutely helpful, and I appreciate that. Yeah, for now, I think just for optical reasons, I'm moving this a bit further out, because I think it does look a bit nicer. And I'm leveling this further down. So yeah, I think we should be good with that. Hopefully Hopefully all of that works, but the train traffic is kind of getting better. And there is maybe one more detour that I can spare here. I just need to pick this here. Down there. And over here. And I think that should work a little bit better than what I had previously. It's really a huge airfield for a simple cargo airport. It's really big. Oh, now you can see where they're heading to. Oh, back and forth. So they are all searching for their way right now, how they can distribute themselves across all the empty airport stands. So I'm curious to see where they end up. 2 in one stand, 1 in one stand. So I'm curious what happens here. So, okay, looks fine. Better than before. Maybe that longer thing here helps the airplanes to get off the taxiways. And now I'm trying to fix this little crossing here again. So I'll be back for you in a minute. Yeah, I think this quick and dirty solution here helped the traffic sort itself out pretty nicely. So what I want to do now is decorating like this part of my airport here, and then most likely move on to other parts of my town here. So I'll be back for you in a few minutes after I put some more fences in here. And yeah, then we'll have a look at some other part and see what we can do there. So I'll be back for you again in a few minutes. So, yeah, this seems to be a slightly better solution than the one that I had before, and I'm sorry for using a tunnel here. But as you can see, the purpose was to get cars back here if need be. But there are only just a handful of cars, and it's always like the same, almost like the same ones that want to get back to that strip or that part here of my industrial district. Yeah, so I'm very surprised about this, to be honest, but yeah, I just need to incorporate a couple of minor fixes here and there, but then I'm basically done. And what I'll focus on next is actually taking care of my public transport, because I want to make sure I at least have one bus line running into each of my districts in my industrial district. Because if there is anything, like any kind of truth behind it, that this matters, then I would be stupid not incorporating these to my industrial districts and to my town in general. So yeah, I'm just finishing this up right now, and then I'll be back for you. So in general, I realize, or at least I think I can see a couple of issues with my city overall. Like there are way too little bus lines. And I slowly begin to like get it or grasp it or better understand it, that it's so crucial to have these bus lines here. So now I'm curious, like I added in a couple of them, except for Ramasaki Industry. They don't have bus lines yet, but this is something I definitely have to change. But the most important thing, and I hope this doesn't cause me any like huge problem or a lot of traffic or congestions or whatnot, is like this whole industrial part, especially that one over here, because like you could see there's already a lot of truck traffic, and now like if we have buses and bus stops joining this whole thing here, this mess, it can become difficult, I think. I'm just wondering whether I connected Beach Heights, but I think I did, I assume. But let's check and see. So I haven't included. Yeah, I should have. I'm just wondering where my buses are, because currently I can't see any. Like this is one of them maybe. So I'm going to watch this for a little bit to get a better understanding of how things are working and if things are working, and I'll be back for you. So I would say buses are not the worst solution, at least from what I can tell so far, because right now I would say I increased by my traffic flow by 2%, maybe 3 sometimes on an occasional basis. So that's actually not too bad, to be honest. And I think, yeah, maybe I need to incorporate a couple more bus lines. But I think in some districts it's maybe not as essential as you might think. And I believe like one of the industrial zones here, it's probably, yeah, not really needed. I'm not sure. Not 100% sure about this. I also need to take care of that little bit in piece here. I just want to create a couple more of these like underpaths. I absolutely like the construction over here, even if it's not ideal, but it looks nice and it works way better. So yeah, I think I'm closing this episode for now with some minor improvements to my town. Not too bad, I would say. They're still lacking the workforce. And that's ridiculous. Like, guys, what are you waiting for? No passengers. So maybe I need to include a couple more residential zones here. Yeah, I think I should go for that before I'm closing this episode, because otherwise I'm just forgetting about it. So what I'll do for now, I'll run a couple more streets here through this whole thing. And yeah, obviously I don't want to destroy everything that's kind of natural here. But I at least want to give it a try, because maybe I can improve here and there a few things for my industrial zone that sits right next to my my residential zone here that I'm just building. And I want to make sure that that definitely makes sense, that this makes sense what I'm doing here. So I'm including a few more of these. Maybe not too dense here and there, just leaving a few things, few squares out of the thing here. Yeah, and I think not a lot of people will be attracted by this, I believe. Because many of them, well, at least I would say, yeah, living that close to an industrial area is maybe not that pleasant. Because you have the smell, you have the dirt, you have this and that, and you have a lot of chimneys and yeah, whatnot. Just making the whole air pollution. And oh yeah, that's something I'm waiting for, definitely, because air pollution like this is completely new, and this will be new in city skylines too. So I'm very curious about to see that come to life. Because I remember, no, we never had air pollution, I believe, in one of the city skylines things. I believe none, at least not in city skylines, but maybe in SimCity. I'm not sure about this. So 12 by 12. That looks better. Then I'm closing that up here, adding a bit more water supplies. So and also some more residentials. Like in the outskirts, maybe a few higher buildings. Maybe just a handful more to see what's coming. Like whether they would be willing to settle there, I'm not sure about this. But probably they are, and I'm just underestimating how important that is for my town and for my future citizens here. Because I definitely want to see more growth over time. And yeah, one last thing. I also want to create kind of a natural sound barrier here. Small beach, line tool, spacing, rotation. And I'm just making sure, not 30, but maybe 20, or almost 20. So and maybe I can also create kind of separation here between the industrial zone here and my residential district, because at least that's not the dirty type of industry here that I added to my town, which is at least something good for that part here. So that should be pretty decent here. 2 buses left. Another few coming in. Passengers, 0. Like this line is hardly in use. It's not in use at all, I would say. Even if my residential zone here grows ever so slightly. So I'm just finishing up on that. Yeah, it's fine. So how many passengers? Passengers, 0. And another 0. But yeah, come on, then let's go for it. Because I don't need like lines with 0 passengers or just 1. Doesn't really help. So hopefully by deleting 2 of those lines, I think that might end up being a bit better than before. Yeah, a lot of buses are heading back to where they came from. And there wasn't even a need for this, I believe. Not really. So yeah, I'm closing this episode now. I'd like to thank you again for joining me today here in my city of Springvalley. It's always a pleasure to play city skylines, and I'm very excited to continue doing that over the next few weeks, and only a handful of month before City Skylines 2 gets finally released, and hopefully we see new and exciting things happening. But I'm strongly convinced that this kind of new game or type of new game, even if it's the same old, in quotation mark, concept that we've seen already, I'm pretty sure that this new type of game will be very exciting to see. So I'm more than ever looking forward to this. Oh, it's backing up. I saw it now. Okay, backs up the whole way. Interesting. Good stuff. And I wanted to thank you again for joining me today here in this little episode of me playing City Skylines today. In case you haven't followed me yet, I would very much appreciate if you did so, if you would consider leaving me a like, leaving me a comment down below. Just let me know, if you want to see me incorporate any kind of changes or anything new here. And I'm more than happy to follow your lead on most, or if not every, of your single suggestions, because as you can see, this here turned around way better than it was before. It's way better structured. It looks nicer, looks more reasonable, even if it's still a strong slope going from here to there, but it looks way better. So I didn't have that idea, to be honest, so I'm more than happy to see that and follow your recommendations. So have a good one. I hope to see you soon back here, and I wish you a wonderful day. Bye bye.